Tape podcast with Brucey, Chuff and Lush.
How are we, gents?
Good evening.
It's Tuesday night. We're in the studio. This is AGT. Brucey, Loshy, how we doing, boys?
Good.
It's the 24th of August.
20 what?
Why is that important?
24th of August.
Why is that important?
Don't know.
Hey, how quick is this fucking year going?
It's fucking nearly September.
Hasn't a lot of shit happened this year?
September's usually my favourite month.
Yeah.
Why is that? Finals footy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
There's a
still
lot
is.
happening.
I love finals footy. Just, when your team's not in there, it's not as...
Welcome.
And none of our teams are in
not as
there.
exciting.
So it can go get fucked.
We'll do a season review later, but for the first time in, I reckon, let's say, I can't even remember the last time Carlton, West Coast and Hawthorn, one of them wasn't in the finals.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Yep, trying to go back memory. No. Carlton's easy because they haven't been in finals in ages.
Yeah.
No.
Well, didn't you slip in when you finished ninth one year and slipped in because Essendon got done for the scandal?
Got done for doping.
Drug cheats.
I can tell you now, having taken a lot of those things, they are definitely performance enhancing.
Are you saying that they systematically...
I'm saying they didn't not only systematically, but they made it pretty obvious what they were doing.
Yeah.
But Losh,
Turn into an idiot.
I got a question for you. Because you did something I've always been very interested in potentially doing over the weekend. And I want to know if it's actually working or what your views on it.
It's not Viagra, is it?
Well, we've already done that. But you got hypnotised on the weekend to help you stop smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a rundown.
It worked, man. I haven't had a dart or a vape or anything since. And
Not even a vape.
I started smoking 14 years ago. I was 19.
So talk us through the hypnotic process.
Mm-hmm.
It's just focusing, and it's not like out of body and you're completely in a trance or anything like that. It's like your subconscious. It taps into your subconscious.
So it's like
you're there.
Inception.
You're there. You're present. You can hear what she's saying, but without even realizing it, she'll just be saying something like, and just let me acknowledge that you understand what I'm saying with you, and like you just out of nowhere your finger would twitch.
And are you like got your eyes closed?
Eyes closed the whole time. Just talking, listening to her, breathing. A lot of it's breathing.
So there's none of this bullshit clock swinging in front of your eyes. Or
No, I think that back in the day was because it was to do with like left side of the brain, right side of the brain, left side of the brain. That's why they kind of did that swinging. Yeah. That's what the original thing was.
Is that your first time? Being hypnotized?
Kind of, because it was similar to, I don't know if I talked about it when I've had breath work in the past, when I see a shaman.
You told us about it, you haven't spoken about it on the podcast.
Right. So a few times in the last probably 8 years, I've gone and done breath work. And it's just you lay down and honestly you just focus on your breathing and it's real spiritual sort of shit and all that sort of stuff. And I went through, originally when I was sort of just going through a bit of shit after some shit that happened, whatever, and I had the most insane experience I've ever had in my life where my whole body, like, I've done a lot of fucking drugs. This was way more powerful than anything I've ever taken. And if I didn't like experience it myself, I don't know if I'd believe somebody. I think it was a load of shit or whatever, but it was like full exorcism almost. Like my arms were cramping, my legs were cramping. It was just this, I don't know, overwhelming just experience. Then you come out of it and you just different. Like you just brighter, your
Love
head's
that.
clear.
Love that.
It's just, and then since I did that, a lot of good shit's happened. So I strongly believe in this stuff. You have to believe in this sort of stuff for it to work, especially the hypnotist. Like,
you have to be open to it working.
Exactly. Because I am pretty open to it because I've experienced similar things. I did it at a comedy show once as well. Matt Hale, I think he's a Perth guy, but he does for Fringe. He does like you can go on stage and he does the whole group or whatever. And even when I did it with him, I was like there was a few triggers that when he said something, I had to say something, and like you did it. But I don't know if it was just me being a good sport and playing along with it for the crowd sort of thing, or if he actually had you under. Like it was a bit. I wasn't really sure. But then after this the other day, even like during like when it first started, I was like, man, like I don't know if this is going to work. Like I'm probably going to leave here and buy a pack of cigarettes or something like that. Like
now, how much did it cost? Because this is what blew my mind that these people are actually.
It was $495.
Fuck.
But for how long?
you get if it doesn't work, you get a follow up.
Yeah, but how long's the session?
Well, that was part of it. When it finished, she goes, how long did you think that whole thing went for? And I was like 15, 20 minutes, and it'd been like just under or just over an hour and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real like.
So you're sort of like, you're there, conscious,
Yeah.
but you're not 100% there.
And then it's just nothing crazy. Like, she's just telling you stuff like, and then towards the end, you repeat to yourself, like, I'm not a smoker. I'll never smoke a cigarette, or like, little thing.
Now, you've been big on the vape since they've come in. You telling me you haven't vaped once since that?
No, see, I didn't want to just do it for smoking cigarettes. I didn't want to replace it with vape. That's why I was like, nothing. I don't want to smoke.
And marijuana?
Well, we behave. Behave.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm smoking.
Well, that's why I asked. Like, has it
agree.
stopped?
Even that.
Has it stopped?
But even that, like, even Saturday, like, normally I'd go home and roll one up quickly. I'd not as quick to sort of.
That's amazing that you don't. But that doesn't that show you, right, how much you don't actually need the vape or darts? Because you haven't had it all week.
It's just, no, that's the thing. I believed, I strongly believe it was never the nicotine that you addicted. Obviously, it doesn't help.
It's the action.
Because at home, I barely smoke cigarettes. Like, barely ever. I was just at work, like, little triggers. You get to work and one of the other boys smokes, you have a smoke to start the day. It's just little things like that. You go on delivery run, you have a dart, like, little triggers. And so it wasn't nicotine, because I've had, I went down south to my mum's not long ago. There's no darts, no vape down there. And it's fine. Didn't even think about it.
You're fine.
So I knew it wasn't that. It was just that breaking that habit. And now I haven't even thought about it. It hasn't even been like an effort to do it.
So you did it. Sorry, you did it Saturday, and it's now Tuesday night,
Yeah.
and nothing.
Have you replaced it with anything?
Nothing.
So there's nothing that you're replacing the.
I had a lollipop today.
Yeah.
I don't normally get a lollipop, but that was just.
Because it's more like, even with the vapes, like you're whipping it out, blowing a cloud.
But then, like, that's why it's kind of, you leave there and it's, you just think, I don't smoke. Like, I'm not a smoker.
Wow.
And that's how you just kind of think. And even at work, like, the guys at work still smoke around me. It hasn't been like, don't smoke near me. Like, I can't smell it.
Do you feel better?
Not really yet. I don't know. I've trained the last couple mornings and felt the same sort of.
Yeah.
But I imagine it'll take maybe a little bit of time to clear it all out or something.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind
that's
doing-
interesting.
I wouldn't mind doing some sort of.
We're going to
lung
keep the
cleanse.
fans updated on that. I want to see how long he holds
did
out for.
Like, I got the app just so you can track it, and just so I've got a date and everything like that. And it goes back to how far since you first started smoking and how much you smoked. Obviously, the price is like inflated to nowadays prices, so it's gone based on that all the way back. But it said it was like $84,000 since I started smoking. But it wouldn't be that much, because when I first started smoking, they were
All right, let's take
$8 a pack.
Let's take off like 20 grand.
I'd say maybe 50.
50 grand.
14.
Yeah, but you would have spent it on something else.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Would have spent it on
you didn't
chips,
smoke.
lollies.
You didn't smoke.
Do you know what
fast
you
food.
could have spent?
You don't have to-
Do you know what he could have spent it on? OnlyFans. But he
Wow.
hasn't.
What is OnlyFans? Chop, explain, because I don't know what it is.
Well, look, I don't know. I've never.
Everyone knows what OnlyFans
Hey,
is.
thank you, Adam. Fuck. I've never actually
Explain
signed up
our
to
listeners
anything.
who don't know what OnlyFans
So OnlyFans was the sort of the website that went nuts, allowing pornographic people.
It's a platform for people who want to pay to see certain people.
It's just a privatized platform.
privatized platform where they can put up
Privatised
whatever
social
like,
media.
no rules, put up whatever
Instagram
you
with
want.
a paywall,
Yeah.
essentially.
Essentially, is that.
And no filter or no censorship.
Yeah.
whatever.
And the big news for them this week was, because they've had so much pushback from the banks not wanting to take their money, they've had to restructure their whole business, and now they're saying pornographic material is no longer to be allowed.
Sexually explicit.
Videos. It's just videos, apparently.
So
You can
Is
still,
it?
You can photos are still fine.
no, I
It's
think
videos,
nudity, general nudity, is okay.
So on a
Classy.
platform that was nowhere to be found to begin with, the only reason it became big was because people started putting pornographic
Naked
material
chicks.
and selling their bodies online, is now gone, you can no longer do that. So
There'll be another one.
Well, that's
you got to think.
that's Damon's main source of income.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to find him another job.
Onlyfans.com/Loshy Coco.
Do you know how many? I know two
Chubby
people.
guys
I know
with
two
average
people
sized
that take their
penises.
feet, pictures of their feet,
Yeah.
pictures of their feet,
Do they make money
make
Bank.
six
Bank.
figures
a year?
Yeah.
a year. Pictures of their fucking feet. One of them's on.
Completely anonymous.
Yeah. She doesn't. No phase. One of them's on one of the podcasts that we listen to.
Yeah, but
She
there's
just
lots
takes
of people doing.
She takes her feet in different. When she goes down on holiday, she'll take her feet pictures in Miami Beach and stuff like that.
How much
And
does she charge per customer?
wow, obviously varies, but people have got
No, what's that
fetishes.
person charge?
Her subscription. Well, let's say $5.95 for someone to subscribe to her.
a month.
Someone's
A
paying
month.
$6 a month to look at her feet.
Bro, there'll be people paying more.
That's the thing. You think about it, right? If you're into feet, or you're into this chick in general, whatever, and you say it's like $6 a month, you're like, fuck,
But
that's
you
$6
can
a
Google
month.
feet online.
Yeah, but it's not the
I
same.
know.
It's not the same. This is what-
I'm with
this
you
is-
on that. But like, you gotta think, these girls now, they get their Instagram profiles through it, and some of them have got like 200,000 followers on Instagram. Say 10% of those people pay for her thing. And
what's-
she's charging $6 a month.
Dumb.
Do you
What's
know
the
what I mean?
perf entrepreneur? What's her name?
Oh, Jem Wolfie.
Jem Wolfie.
She was like one
Oh,
of the biggest ones
Jesus.
for a while.
Well, she's one of the. She's earning over
She
$1 million
was.
a month.
Yeah, she was.
I don't like her either.
Yeah, and the
now-
hang on. The
now
worst
it's
is when
Black
she.
China.
Did you hear about when she supposedly tried to sell a social media course, like 2-day workshop or something, and it just flopped
Good.
on
I
how to
have no
how
idea
to
about
build
this
your profile. You
Stay
build your
strong.
profile by
Stay
getting your
strong,
tits
people.
out on a fucking on an app, and people will subscribe into it.
Look-
Kudos to you because you make $1 million a month.
If you've got something, it's a strength. Use it. Make money out of it. Embrace it. Just don't pretend that you're everything to everyone.
Don't pretend you're a smart business
Right?
person.
Damon knows how to blast rims. He's a good blasting rims kind of guy. Mm-hmm. But if Damon said to me, "I'm going to build your house," I'd say, "Fuck off, Damon."
Hey, I'm pretty handy.
No, but
He is. He does all the floorboards
Just,
nicely.
stay in your lane, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
If
the
you-
worst.
If you've
I
got
know.
a good body, flaunt it. Make money off it. I'm 100% for capitalism. Do whatever you can with what you've got to do what you can. I get it. But when you start saying that you are the expert in everything,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
It was the funniest thing when she tried, which was coming out, how to build your social media followers. Well, you don't really
She's-
need, we know how you built them. You got your tits out.
Double
She's
Ds
had an
and a
opinion
booty.
on horse racing,
Yeah, all that shit. And it's like,
vaccinations,
please be quiet.
COVID, all that
AFL
crap.
players getting allowed
Right.
special treatment to travel.
And now, for me, it's like, okay, why is your opinion more important than anyone else's? It's not. You have a following, I get it, but you don't actually have an understanding of what goes into the decision-making process for all these things.
No.
Right? Especially for COVID.
But that's not just girls. Like, that's everyone now.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, people are now reading something they read online.
Yeah. And
So
regurgitate.
they don't understand that these people on social media actually have a bunch of people that will listen to them, and then it affects everyone else.
Hey guys, look, a lot of people have been asking.
Well,
no one's asked. No one cares about your skin.
Thank you.
I don't want to name the
morning
guy,
routine.
but one of our mates
fucking-
put a video
oh.
up on the weekend of some bloke on Instagram, and he talked about 5G and how it could ruin your bodies and all that stuff.
Ah,
That video actually made me.
Do you know what it
It
reminded
made
of?
me a little bit angry.
It reminded me of Zoolander. Those kind of like, so why male models? Like just a real.
Yeah, but it's Zoolander as a movie in
how many
jest.
abordigitals do you see?
That's what I
Marley?
mean.
This is an idiot who actually believes
That's what I
he's
mean.
saying.
He was like a real life Hansel or something.
And so, like, he will
So hard
broadcast
right
to
now.
this. I get it. 90% of the people that follow him will go, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard."
I know.
But for that
All you need is
10%,
that, I know.
and it's the multiplication effect,
Yep.
right? It keeps going. So now we're living in a society, but we live in a society where people the small minority is impacting everything else.
Well, because they're the loudest. That's the thing. They're the
loudest
fucking
and
loudest.
The loudest,
the
the
problem.
dumbest. The loudest, the
So
dumbest.
Hannah and I were talking about this because there's a lot of stuff that I genuinely don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit about protesting about it or protesting against it or talking about it. But then that's the problem because then the ones who have the effort
They make the big
to do
hoopla.
that,
Yeah.
they make the biggest noise, they're the ones that get listened to. So in a way, maybe we should do more. But then again, who the fuck's going to listen to me?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
It's
but
like-
it's see the thing is we're the majority that don't care, but also don't want to work together to not remove the minority, but like to like eliminate their
we want to live we want to just live our lives, Adam.
I don't want to kill him. I just want him to just go away slowly.
Us normal people want to live our lives and not give two shits about protesting and fighting police over vaccinations.
I just like to think that people smarter than me, in higher powers than me, are doing the right thing, that I can just do my little bit and we're all going to be
But their
okay.
rebuttal would be like, what makes that person so much special than you? You know, yada, 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 yada. You know, they're only working for the
If they
buck.
don't want to live in a country that has laws and government and anything like that, fucking go somewhere else then. Like, seriously.
Go to
No one
Kabul.
was stopping you before COVID from getting on a plane and fucking off. Right? You want to live in this country. This is how you have to, kind of live. We have so much freedom here, but then the small parts where we have to abide by certain things, no, we can't do it.
If you're not happy, go to Afghanistan.
But yeah.
You see how you go there.
Yeah.
Go to
Go.
North Korea.
So
Go to those fucking
what's your
places.
views, before we'll transgress a little bit here, but...
Transgress. You brought it back. Transgress.
You like that one. What's your views on these anti-vaxxers in Melbourne and Sydney protesting, going nuts, fighting cops?
I'm on record. Anti-vaxxers are the dumbest people alive. And I'm not. If you know me and you're an anti-vaxxer and you haven't told me it, probably keep it to yourself.
Don't tell him.
Because I personally, I don't want to have anything to do with you.
People who think wrestling is real, or anti-vaxxers who's dumber?
No, people that think wrestling is
hang
real.
on.
That's different.
Real.
Okay, but it's the same thing when a kid believes he's Santa. Like, it's imagination. That's okay. If you believe wrestling is real, it's not affecting anyone else. Being an anti-vaxxer is affecting everyone else. So, like, if you believe wrestling is real, good for you. Like, if you actually believe the Earth is flat, good for you. That's dumb, but I actually don't look at you and go, I would never not.
Problem.
Like, if someone I knew was a flat earther, I would just say you're just dumb.
The problem,
I wouldn't say I can't speak to you. Whereas an anti-vaxxer, I can't speak to you.
The problem being is these anti-vaxxers won't get vaccinated. We won't hit our 80% target, and we'll never get to open the fuck up, and we'll always go back like a
think we
lockdown and
will.
stupid shit. Of course we're going to.
Because I don't think anti-vaxxers is more than 10% of the population. I have to believe that. Because if it is, then we're kind of a little bit fucked. So they have to be the minority, and a minority for me has to be less than 20%.
So I've had both mine, Pfizer's done and dusted.
I'll
fully
be completed
vaccinated
this week.
You'll be completed this week. You're waiting. He's actually got a legitimate reason. Loshy's trying to have some baby Loshies. That's actually legitimate because you don't know.
I'm not anti or anything like that. If it's getting to the point where it's 79.99999%, and you need
holding
80,
us back.
I'll go.
That's actually a legitimate reason because we don't know if this affects that.
That's
So
why.
if you're trying to have kids, that's a legitimate fucking reason.
What a good point to think about if you're not sure about taking the vaccine, you're not an anti-vaxxer, to think about is if your thing is I'm putting something in my body and I don't really know what its impact is going to be or anything like that, you got to reverse it. If you got COVID, that is a lot worse than you having the vaccine.
1,000%.
So now, like, it's in Europe and it's everywhere. But they obviously, the more they go through it, the more the research they have. It's not side effects, but the issues from having COVID and then recovering from it are a lot worse than you having the vaccine and having a small cramp in your arm
and a
all
headache for
The fact of the matter is, you don't know. Even if you could be the healthiest person in the world, you do not know how your body will react to getting it. And there's people young enough that have been dying. And yes, your chances of dying are very fucking low, but you still do not know what's going to happen if you ever get it. You don't know how your body reacts to it. You could be one of the poor bastards that ends up on a ventilator in the ICU. You just don't fucking know.
Some people are still months and months without smell or taste.
Yeah, I've heard
Hannah's
that.
been sick for the last week or so, and she's still got no smell or taste. And I'm like, patience zero there. But we went out for dinner the other night, and she just couldn't taste anything. And she hates pickles.
And she ate one.
And we went to Lebanese restaurant, and they were like pickled pickles. Do you know what I mean? They were vinegar. They were strong.
Oh, really?
No, she goes, look, and then she ate it, like nothing. Couldn't taste the wine.
Fuck, that
nothing.
sucks.
And she's like, if it continued, that'd be That'd be horrible, man. Like,
you wouldn't care about eating anymore.
and like we enjoy food. You know, food's a pleasure. Food's a reward. Food's a whatever. So imagine just for pure texture.
Oh,
Do you think you'd eat healthier and then just be like, why
I
not?
think so,
Fuck it,
yeah,
I can't
because
taste it.
eating a chocolate bar wouldn't be like eating a chocolate bar anymore. Be nothing. So you might as well just eat fruit and veg.
Absolutely.
You're just eating to stay alive, basically.
Yeah,
That would fucking suck.
yeah.
That would suck.
No, but look, at the end of the day, just get the vaccine. We can all go back to.
I want to go traveling for the love of God.
that's still, I reckon, year after next, probably, huh?
I reckon next year.
think it's-
Has to be
I
next
think
year.
They're going.
Do you think about the mad rush of everyone going? Like, give everyone a year. Let
No, I
us
think
settle.
they'll international was probably towards the end of next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm not going to be one of the first people to
Domestic's
go away.
probably end of this
The,
year.
the only
regardless.
way, look, they have if they're going to do international travel, they can't have to make you fucking quarantine for 2 weeks when you get
Oh, I
home.
think that's
No,
what
that will destroy
the
it.
vaccine passport. And
Yeah, if you got a
and our
vaccine,
vaccination rate is at a certain level.
yeah,
Yeah.
So if we're above 80%, we're kind of like, if you come back, the majority of people that you come into contact with will be vaccinated, so there won't be any issues of spread or anything like that.
Well-
the issue they're having at the moment is that if you have the vaccine, you can still pick it up. Doesn't impact you at all, but it can impact someone
Well,
else.
you
if
can
you,
s- you can
if you,
spread
if you
it.
do it. So
Yeah.
that's why you need to get vaccinated, because it is a shot you take so you don't die.
you can still get it though. That's the thing. It doesn't stop you getting it. It just stops it being
If you have the flu shot, you can still get the flu.
yeah.
But the flu can kill you. So you have the flu shot to not die.
I don't think
That
I've
is
ever
what
had a flu shot.
That is what you do.
With the vaccine,
The-
absolutely.
We don't need to, not everyone needs to have the flu shot anymore because it's not in mass circulation.
Yeah, I just try.
Right.
I don't think I've ever had it.
You know,
I've had
but
it
like
once.
it's with anything, it's like when polio was at its height, when Spanish flu was at its height, the reason they couldn't control it is because they couldn't get enough people vaccinated. I mean, Spanish flu didn't even have a vaccination for it. I think, it just killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like for polio, like they had to create something so it didn't get, passed around. So like, your people were confused and they'll say, I got the flu. Like you probably don't have the flu. You have the cold. But that's
Common cold.
that you might have the flu.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
just
flu
because-
knocks you about
When
a
was
lot worse.
polio?
Polio was the last
When
big
was that, though?
vaccination. It was the early 90s, wasn't it?
No, long time ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it's the
Early 90s.
I thought,
I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
it was still
the
like
20s and 30s.
no.
Google it.
Yeah.
It's 4 screens.
I'm pretty sure because I remember seeing it in one of the old shows I was watching, like Boardwalk Empire, something like that. That was set in the time,
And there's polio.
and it was kid got polio, which was a death sentence. So I can't remember which show it was.
And Spanish flu?
That was the early, or I think it was the early 19th century.
It's like
think-
18 or something like that, wasn't it?
It might have been late.
Sorry, when was the
Sorry?
epidemic?
Suri.
You didn't say her name right. She's not going to talk to you.
Well,
Vaccine series.
Just type it into Google.
Oh, I could just. Siri's already brought it up for me, game.
Well, I was reading it out then.
I'm just loading the page.
Oh, God. Riveting stuff to listen to this while.
So
And what did polio do? Polio by Ralph Lauren.
it's late 18th century. Late,
Middle of the 20th century.
yeah. So like I said, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And what did polio do?
I don't know exactly. I think
I
it
don't know,
killed
mate.
like your central nervous system or something like that.
Yes, that's what. Yeah,
And just. And there's,
it basically fucked you up. In nice simple terms.
so every.
Kind of like a fast M&D
Right.
Yeah.
kind of
Just-
thing.
Ripped you to pieces quickly.
Just, yeah. There was no, you were done.
Fuck.
You were literally fixed.
See, like we get to live now where a lot of these things don't impact us. We have
Whatsoever.
vaccinations, all that. Like, come on, guys, it's not that fucking hard.
Well, I think you look at Melbourne and Sydney, you just go, I know my sister's officially moving home. She's
Properly?
sending the dog. The dog gets here.
Breaking news.
Teddy gets here in 3 weeks and he's here for good. So they've got a place that's getting built at the moment, and they're officially moving back.
So they're going to work from here.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say too much, but they're moving back. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, she's had enough, and she's only been in it for now, I think, just ticking over 2 months, and she's like, we just can't do it anymore.
So
And
we can't compare to that life at all. We have not had that.
But bro,
at all.
I still got I got a lot of friends over there. These people still going to the beach every day and stuff like that. Now, granted, they need their hour of exercise, but their lockdowns weren't like ours. Like our lockdowns is like a fucking ghost town when you're going out. The only reason you should have been out is to go to work at supermarkets.
It's hard. I mean,
They haven't done it anywhere near
you'll have the majority
to the
of
level
people
we
that
have.
will follow, do the right thing, and then you only need a small amount of people to fuck it up.
Well, you look at Melbourne; they've done the right thing, gone straight into a full lockdown, but they're still getting 70 Ks. They only had 70 Ks.
Because you have things like that Jewish engagement party.
Oh, wasn't that just the
and they were
biggest shit
doctors.
show?
And
Two
they-
doctors at that
And so,
thing.
like, you're telling me that you couldn't just, wait to have an engagement party or not, or just
Adam,
don't have it.
Take that out of the equation. Why in God's name are you filming it?
Yeah,
And putting it up, you dumb
that's what I was just
fucks.
about to say. Why film it?
If anyone
Why
tries to tell
film it?
me some of those people are smart or logical, you got two doctors there, all one of them. Hey guys, don't film this.
That's how everyone.
You dumb
gets
fucks.
Done like all the footy players that get done doing coke or drugs or sex binge. It's just because some idiot films it.
$350,000 in fines.
Yeah.
You dumb fucks.
Good.
And not only that, they put Melbourne into another lockdown, and then they're
Mazel tov.
copying it, and then people obviously this is wrong as well. You got idiots being anti-Semitic to the Jewish community for no reason. Come on, grow up, you
Everyone
dickheads.
does it. But
What makes you better than them? But then you got them coming out saying, "Oh, the hate we're getting is really bad. Please be understanding."
no,
People are fucking dying
don't go
from
racist.
this.
Don't go racist.
Not only that.
But expect to cop shit.
Yeah, expect to cop it, and you put your hand up and go, "Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll wear this." You got businesses, you got people actually probably killing themselves over losing their businesses because dumbasses are doing that. So yes, you shut up and you cop it, but don't be anti-Semitic either. It's fucking dumb to do that.
I agree.
All right, moving on to a more lighter topic.
Well, it sounds like you had a beef with Melbourne.
We did. Oh, look, we have a fucking beef right now going
There's
on
a
in the
beef
world,
on.
and it's between Kanye and Drake. They're both about to drop their albums, and they're beefing, guys.
Damon's across it. Okay. run down.
I know nothing about this situation,
So-
which is surprising because they're both in my top five.
How do you not know about
Do you know
this?
that they've been beefing for years?
Lightly because of the Pusha T stuff.
Yes.
When they both went at each other with the diss tracks, and that was very fun when Pusha T and Drake were beefing. I loved that. And obviously Pusha is, well, not obviously, you probably don't know.
No.
Pusha is part of Good Music and Kanye sort of posse or whatever.
Yeah.
Clique. So there was that beef from there. I knew about that, but it's just like rap beef is just grown men writing poetry about each other. Back and forward. It is.
So we've got Kanye, whose album's like Donna or whatever. Donda. And then you've got Drake's album, which is BF something. It's best something. I don't know. Anyway, they're both meant to be dropping now, and they're going to go drop on the same day. And it's
They're
all
gonna have a
about
competition.
Kanye saying he's going to kill Drake's album release, and Drake saying, "Fuck you, I'm just going to release it on my day anyway."
Yeah, but how much of this is real? How much is this both very smart businessmen? They're both top five most famous people in music. Really,
100%.
I'd say
So
famous
they-
people in the world.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, probably right. Outside,
No, it's definitely a marketing ploy.
yeah, and they go, look, let's just hype this up.
Well,
a bit.
it's a bit
you
of a-
talk shit about me. I'll talk shit about
Okay,
you.
one of their albums could flop, so I wouldn't say it's
Neither have made a bad
entirely.
album.
Hang on, sorry.
Neither have made a bad album.
Hang on, Kanye West's fucking gospel albums suck balls.
It won a Grammy.
Yeah, but hang on, it doesn't give a shit for winning Grammys. What it sold.
It won a Grammy for what it was, a gospel album.
Yeah, but fuck, it doesn't make it like commercially good.
Listen to it a couple times through. It's not bad.
Okay, anyway,
You motherfuckers need Jesus.
this could fuck up one of their album releases here. They may one
No,
may
it
not
won't.
do bad,
No,
one may
it
not
won't.
do
You know what's
good.
Going to
No,
do,
it won't.
Chad, this is
You
what
know
it's going
what?
to do. It's going to
There's-
have people who maybe were going to buy one, buy both.
No one is going to buy either because they're all just going to stream it on
Stream it on Spotify.
Well,
People that collect records are going to buy like that. They're both. There's plenty of room and plenty of time for Kanye and Drake to even release an album on the
Both
same day.
completely different. Drake's
I can
all
listen
about
to
the
two albums in a
R&B.
day. Like they won't affect either of them. They'll both get a billion
I listened
streams.
to a whole album.
There is the whole.
You know what? There's probably 5 artists that if they release an album, I'll listen to their whole album. Those two of them. but I don't really sit through albums anymore.
There is that whole
ones.
thing going around that Drake fuck Kim Kardashian as well.
That
That's
Kiki.
been-
She's Kiki from the Kiki.
Do you love me? Yeah. Are you
So
ready?
She likes
that.
those guys.
Yeah.
She loves the length.
Yeah, she does. She's on the market, isn't she?
She's single.
She is
Who do you
Ready
reckon
to
That's
mingle.
right. We've spoken about this. It was a
She's dating
sports bet market. Is she dating someone?
Was meant to be that broadcasting dude, the black guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like on CNN or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's right.
She's rumored to be dating him.
what, the guy that was on the politics thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He's like in his 40s as well.
Wow.
So
I guess how old is she
Not
though?
think that would be
She'd be in
that.
her 40s, early 40s at least.
For sure.
Think
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
We're 34 soon.
But what has been some of the best beefs you've known?
Sirloin
I've
steak.
got a couple.
Go, Brucey, lead us off.
Well, the old one, Tonya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah.
That was a good beef.
That's a
good beef.
huge beef.
Now that ended up, someone breaking someone's knee
Over
and
figure
people go to
skating.
jail.
Missing the Olympics.
Sweet movie from
Another one I liked was the Reggie Miller versus the New York Knicks / Spike Lee.
That was a good one.
They had a good beef.
Spike Lee with everyone that wasn't a New York Knick.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like
Especially.
Him and Reggie had the special.
Awesome.
Brett Favre and Ted Thompson. Now, Ted Thompson was the GM for the
Oh,
Packers.
yeah.
They did not like each other at all. Shaq and Kobe, when they had a beef for a long time, post when Shaq left the Lakers, after he felt like Kobe pushed him out.
I love how Adam's written some of these down.
Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone, like every great player of the NBA in the 80s and early 90s did not like Isaiah Thomas at all. And that's my top 5.
Brad and Angelina.
That's not a beef.
That's a
not a
huge beef.
That's one
It's
of
still
the,
being.
It's one of the.
It's still been filed, fighting out in the law in,
It's one
in
of
the
the most
courts.
heartbreaking stories of our generation.
Yeah, that is a big beef going on.
Johnny
still.
Depp's got a few beefs at the
Oh,
moment.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. That is a
She's
huge.
violent.
Hang on.
She
Both
bullied him.
violent. He just won a lawsuit against her. Actually,
Did he?
yeah, he just won. She had to pay. I think she owes him $9 million or something like
There's
that.
no
in
better
damages.
beef ever than Ja Rule and 50 Cent.
That was huge.
And that is still going.
Do you know what?
Last year.
Who's- side
I felt
were you
like
on?
I felt like I was in the middle of that because I was the only one at Sky School that liked Ja
Possibly
Rule.
the world.
And fuck off, Ja Rule was the
Yeah, but
shit.
didn't Ja Rule like make eye contact with you at his concert?
He did. I don't know.
I remember because I went to the
Hang on,
concert
hang
with
on.
Chop. I went to the concert with Chop.
Don't
We
ever.
were sitting at the back.
No,
right?
no, fuck that. I moved down for him.
We're sitting
I-
at the back.
Don't even
Chop
lie at
goes,
him.
I can get to the front.
And
So
I
he gets
did.
to the
In
front,
11
I did.
seconds.
right? So we're sitting at the back watching Ja Rule, and Chop comes out and goes, "Man, it was fucking awesome." He looked at me.
I was
and looked
pointing at him.
and he
I said,
pointed-
"Rule, baby!"
And I pointed at him, and he, man,
It was connection. Don't shit on my connection with Rule, baby.
Rule, baby.
All right, so that was a big beef.
No, last year it was still happening, or the year before, I guess, because there was no concerts. When Ja Rule had a concert and 50 Cent bought like the first 10 rows. That's such good pettiness. Had him
Fuck,
empty.
look, we got to say, in the end, even though both aren't really rapping anymore, 50 Cent probably won that.
I'd say so. Clearly,
Ja Rule had the Fry Festival, or the Fire
Fiddy's-
Festival, whatever the fuck it was.
Exactly,
And it went.
Exactly.
Fiddy's executive producing, so he's
50's
He's doing jack
fine.
shit.
People are still drinking vitamin water.
No, he sold that business, 50 mil.
Yeah, well.
Doesn't
Sure,
matter,
still-
he made 50 mil. Ja Rule.
It's funny how all those guys in like the early 2000 rappers just aren't rapping anymore.
Right, look, at
old.
some point it's your time and it's not your time.
Yeah, but I
So-
think
But they're all
raps-
doing different stuff now.
Yeah,
They're
it's
all,
completely changed.
Well, you have to do what Snoop Dogg did, and you know you're not going to be the rapper. You could just whore
He's
yourself
in-
out.
He's in
Yeah,
Bollywood movies now,
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg.
Anyone that wants to pay you $1 million, just fucking do it.
100%.
Samuel
Exactly right.
Samuel
Money
L. Jackson,
talks.
that shit, you know.
yeah, that's what Samuel L. Jackson says. He goes, I just make movies that I'd watch and I get paid. Who gives a fuck?
Well, let's jump into...
Speaking of beefs,
Yes.
Damon, you've got a beef with the Carlton Football Club.
Please.
It's been going on for years.
That's a slaughterhouse, not a beef. That's a whole fucking dairy farm.
Now, there is a small chance. Actually, no, we don't even know if it's small. There's a chance that David Teague is your coach next season.
There's a massive chance from the talk at the moment.
look, if it's, I don't want it to be. If you eat on mic, I'm going to stab you.
No, I'm
You
not.
can wait.
I'm gonna eat off.
I'm not.
While he's opening a music
I'm letting
bar.
you talk
We
right
had to
now.
record late tonight because he had to eat, and then he can't wait an hour to eat my muesli bars that I bought.
Come on, Chop.
I'm eating off mic. Talk.
So
Anyway.
bad.
Do you want some?
I don't want it to be. No, we'll keep Teague for a year because Clark will then be in 2022. Like, what's the point of wasting a year?
No, you can't think like that.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be like that because why waste a year? It's
Well,
not
what
as
if
if,
he
it's not
doesn't-
as
what
if
if
we were
he-
in a rebuild
What if he
development
comes
year. We're
back
in
after a year and
now.
goes, I don't want to coach anymore?
Exactly.
Then
And
you're
then we're
stuck
stuck
with
with
Teague.
Teague.
Or you have to
what's
suck
happening
him then, and then you're a year late, and then all these players are a year older.
That's what I mean.
And some that's good for them because they're young, but some that's not.
No, Cripps isn't good another year older.
What's happening with Ross Lyon?
Oh, there's that. Who knows?
Well, there's talk that some of the board aren't comfortable because of his settlement of his with a previous Fremantle staffer for that sexual harassment. But let's just say there's nothing admitted to, so there's no crime essentially done. It's just that there was a confidential settlement.
But then you look at things like Teague's first 50 games. His record's better than Clarko's. His record's better than Dimmer's. Their first 50 games.
That is crazy. I saw that post.
It's just
It's not that. It's
first of all, Hawthorn was rebuilding when Clarkson took over.
exactly. We are
Right.
not rebuilding. We should be.
Richmond was rebuilding when Hardwood took over. When Teague took over, no one said Carlton was rebuilding.
You know what? At the end of the day, David Teague is Brendan Bolton's assistant, and that's that's what he was before, and that's what he still
But
is.
he's
an
just
assistant
not capable.
No.
And look, some people are assistant coaches. So what we were saying before, you're stay in your lane. You can't all be the head coach. No, you can't all be the captain. You can't all there's some players that just can't do that. They can't be the leader. They can't. They don't talk much. They're still capable. Have a role. It's the same with coaches.
He just doesn't look like
he
yeah.
needs to go because after what Carlton produced this season, there was no improvement from last season. No. Now you could say certain players improved. For me, that's not necessarily the coach, right?
Improved players.
I've seen really shit teams where players improved year on year. You can't tell me it's because they were coached really well. What about the other 40 players?
Took Miller, great example.
Right? The other 30 players that did not improve from the year last year. So you got to look at it from a holistic perspective. The group didn't do anything this year to say they're getting better. If anything, they went backwards.
In my opinion, we went backwards.
So
With the players you recruited, you went backwards.
Get rid of them. And
Definitely.
even if it's not Clarkson, even if it's not Lyon, there's got to be someone better out there than him.
The way I look at it, you look at the Kangaroos with their new coach. Couldn't even tell you his fucking name.
No,
but their playing they got a playing style now.
That's what I'm like. Even the comparison of the first 50 games of the other two coaches, whatever. Like it's all well and good, but the style's not good. We get 5 goals kicked on us in a row consecutively it's like a record now for the last however many weeks. There's a period in the game where the opposition kicks 5 goals on us in a row for the last 11 weeks straight or something like that.
It's crazy.
Even it started happening again on the weekend, the second quarter, around the same time that happened in Port Adelaide. It's just started.
And for me,
leaking.
that's a coaching thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you do that 1 week, you should probably spend training
Working on that.
learning. Okay, what do we do in this situation, guys?
Now
like
we're-
situational training. There's you got to actually do that because some players, aren't the smartest tools in the shed.
No,
right?
they're not going to work it out themselves.
Yeah.
But if it's muscle memory and if you're pumping it in there and having us,
But if you go through it over and over and over, they'll actually remember what to do.
yeah,
Like, what do I do in this situation? What do I do if they've got the ball, they've kicked 2 goals? What do we do? Right? All that stuff. But it's like, for me, I'm not a Carlton supporter, but it's kind of embarrassing how they've been run for a while, but especially this year.
How hard is it to find good people to run a sports club that know what the fuck they're doing? Because you guys haven't got it right for 20
There's
years.
just so much like politics in it. It's just one of those clubs that's just always been like that. Even back in the day with the salary cap stuff and the under the table shit, it's just like a
But look, it
bad fucking.
smacks of the last few Carlton boards have tried to cut corners. Then they committed to young coach Brendan Bolton, a sauce. All right, you've got the list. Got to rebuild. We're going to young team. And then when it came on, so Kane Little became the CEO, and I think him or David Teague, wanted Eddie Betts. I'm not want to pin this on Eddie Betts. He's a great player, retire, whatever. But
Teague didn't want him.
Teague wanted him. Sauce didn't want him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, like, for me, it's like that's the list manager. You've gave him a responsibility. Let him make the decisions on the list management. When you're Clarkson's level, you can have a voice in list management.
Yeah,
You've earned
exactly
that.
right. Exactly.
If you're a second-year coach, you don't have that voice, as far as I'm
If
concerned.
anyone at Carlton's got the right, it's fucking Sauce. He's one of flag.
And not quitting over it.
What the coach can do is say, "Oh, this is the way I want to coach. Get me players to fit that." That's fine. Like, you can say that.
But that's what we need the next one to come in. Whoever it is, I just want the full process to be done. The interview process across the board. Last time it was the fill-in. Cripps had that good game against Bulldogs or Brisbane, and then we beat Bulldogs, and we finished strong. And and then we just got Brendan Bolton's assistant.
Yeah.
And the next bloke needs to come in and go, I don't want him, I don't want him, I don't want him, keep him, I don't want him, and do it their way. The spine is there at Carlton. We've got there's enough there to build off. There's a couple pieces missing, but you've got an All-Australian fullback, All-Australian full forward, and an All-Australian midfielder.
Yep.
And then you've got Patrick Cripps.
Yeah.
All right, while we're on the AFL, let's quickly do a finals preview, boys.
Just fucking stop being shit, Carlton. Fuck.
All right, Chot, what did you think of the Eagles season?
Oh, I couldn't give a flying fuck, mate. They're a joke. Look, you don't care if teams lose, but there was too many games this year where they just did not rock up. And it's like, well, what the fuck is going on for you guys to not rock up? You got how many premiership players in that team, and they got pumped by Sydney by 100 points, pumped by Geelong by 100 points, fucking lose to Fremantle, who had basically nobody here at Subiaco.
Do you feel optimistic for next year?
Yeah, but you know why? Because Eagles are actually run properly. They will do a full review. They will gut what they got to gut, and they will get the right people around out of Simpson moving forward.
You'd be 12th or lower.
But when you say optimistic, are you expecting to make finals next year?
Yeah.
12th or lower.
Nah, I expect them to bounce back. This is the thing with the Eagles, mate. We've
12th
made the finals for how many years? We've only, out of the lifetime of the club, there's only been a few seasons where we haven't made the finals. So we have always been up there and we've always been final contenders. So we will bounce back.
Hey, look.
It's just a matter of what they do in terms of gutting the club and cleaning out a few of the shit players like Petrocelli can fuck off. There's a few of those rookies who have had enough games and haven't done nothing. Like Xavier O'Neill's another one that can go. There's just too many players that they're just doing they're passengers every week. Fucking passengers.
We've got a lot of them.
Yeah.
Trade them, get them out, fuck them off, try some new players in it. Like that West came in, did more than I think Petrocelli's done in fucking 5 seasons there. Get him out. Stop playing the bloke. I think Waterman's trade bait. I think everyone says trade Darling. What the fuck? Why would you trade Darling? He's 29. What are you going to get for him?
No.
You're not going to get a first rounder for Darling. So why? That's a dumb.
We'll give you Sam Petreski-Seaton.
Yeah, fuck that off. Like
Maybe Gold Coast would give you a first rounder.
because they're dumb. All right, they're dumb.
Well, mate, Gold Coast are dumb. So Levi Casbolt on the weekend didn't get carted off the field because he hadn't retired officially. And I was sort of like, mate, just come on.
Did he play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He carried Eddie Betts off.
Played well.
He
Kicked the goal.
Mate, he kicked 2 goals. Set shots. Beautiful form. That's why I was like, I recorded one of them. I was like,
Yeah,
this
I was
prick,
there when he
this
kicked one
prick.
here.
Now he decides to do it. But apparently Gold Coast are looking at getting Levi Casbolt.
You know why? Because they don't have enough big bodies. They need some senior guys with big bodies up there, Gold
Well, they
Coast.
didn't
and
have a ruckman for the first part of the year.
they're playing all
Jared
these.
Witts went down.
But Smith retired as well.
Oh yeah, like I care. No, but I'm speaking of my team. I actually think we'll. I don't think we'll get much better in terms of wins, but we'll improve as a young team. So I'm actually very positive about the future.
Yeah, good. I like it.
All
I
right.
like it. So finals preview. Who we got winning for starters, and who we got in the grand final?
Let's name our grand finalists.
All right, so week 1.
Early Norm Smith.
Are you
Yeah.
going to go that? Okay. Go.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I've got my grand final opponents. Mm-hmm. That's Melbourne and Geelong.
So do I.
Right. I've got Geelong winning this week against Port.
So do I.
So
All right, let's go through it. Melbourne, Brisbane.
Melbourne
Same. Western Bulldogs, Essendon.
Dogs,
Sydney, Greater Western Sydney.
Giants.
You got
Yeah.
the Giants over Sydney.
No, I got Sydney.
I got Sydney. All right, and then next round would be
Port.
Brisbane.
No, you got Port Geelong.
Yeah, he already said Geelong.
Geelong.
Okay.
Brisbane and Bulldogs.
I've got Brisbane.
I'm going Bulldogs. Then you got Port and GWS. You have
Port.
So I'll have Sydney. I've got Sydney against Port, and I'm going to go Sydney.
Oof.
And then my prelims are going to be Melbourne versus Sydney. You'll have Melbourne versus Port. And then I've got Bulldogs versus Geelong. And you'll have
Geelong versus Brisbane.
Geelong versus Brisbane.
I got Melbourne and Port in my GF with Melbourne winning it.
See, for me, it's a really hard final series because all the top 4 teams have a storyline. Port, last year, heartbreaking preliminary final loss on home turf. Back at it again, finished second on ladder. Brisbane, top 4 3 years in a row, improved each year, made the prelim last year, got found out, back again, probably a better side. Obviously snuck into 4, but they're still probably a better side. Melbourne haven't been in this position for a long, long time. They're here, they're young. The club has won a flag since '64. Geelong have had 8 top 4 finishes in the last 11 years, but have never haven't won a flag. They've been close so many times. So all these things, I try to look for the little intangible.
Do you think it's definitely going out of the top 4, hey?
What?
I don't think the top 4 matters much now because of where the games have been played.
You tipped the top 4 loser this week to lose in the second week, both of them. You tipped Port. No, yeah, you tipped Port to lose to Sydney and Brisbane to lose to the Dogs. That's only ever happened once in this system. So you're going against the grain. See, for me, I've tipped Melbourne to win the flag against Geelong.
Yeah, same.
And I'll go Christian Petrarca to win the Norm Smith.
I would like to see Melbourne as well, just for Sherman, one of our friends, to see him win it. Because, Carlton have been bad all our life, but, fuck.
Imagine Melbourne winning it, but it's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
The MCC members can't show up.
Yeah. How bad's that,
I'm going that ugly specimen Clayton Oliver for Norm Smith.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good pick. But if he plays Geelong, I think they'll tag him next time. Because they didn't tag him on the weekend. But you never know.
Well, Maxi Gawn would be nice.
No, actually, that's a good pick.
I'd like to see Maxi Gawn. Well, they got Stewart out at Geelong, so who's
big out.
Could come back into the
see
finals.
someone like Bailey Fritsch kick 7 goals or something like that.
That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? But no, it's going to be an interesting final series again. Tassie games, Adelaide games. Sounds like we're getting both the prelims and the GF. It sounds like that's going to get announced in the next couple of days.
Maybe even a couple of semis. Only 2
Would make
semis.
sense.
We'll get one of them.
But because they're going to get the most... Adelaide has announced they're only allowed to have, I think it's 25 max.
Are we full capacity here?
Yeah, we're full capacity, yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's the difference.
No masks.
60 large.
60 large in that stadium.
I don't know if we've got 60 for an AFL game. I think the highest we got is 58.
No. You're correct.
We're for a GF,
but
though.
it's 60.
Well, you'd think we'd crack the 60 for the GF.
Well,
yeah,
wouldn't
it'd
you?
be rammed.
Unless it's...
No, because there's certain tickets that just nobody wants to
Yeah.
hold. But for GF, you might go, yeah.
But it will be an interesting final series, and we are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We'll quickly jump ship now to NFL because we're in the last week of preseason.
This is the last week.
Last week of preseason, and
Giants, Patriots is
do you know?
Yes.
Ohio State kick off the college football, start this on Friday morning.
Our time Friday morning.
Friday morning, 8 a.m. They
Yes,
kick off
sir.
their first game.
So they got a Thursday night game.
Yeah, it's fucking strange, but maybe they're doing it because of COVID. They're just right straight into it. But the first week, we play on Friday morning, the 3rd of the 9th, at 8 a.m. against Minnesota.
That was a classic draw it out till he found who they were playing.
Yeah,
Well
good
done,
enough, yeah.
They were there.
You know, you do the essay
And we're ranked number 4 going into the season.
Who is it for? Alabama,
Bama,
Clemson.
Clemson, and Georgia.
Georgia. Notre Dame lost a lot of players, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, Damon, who are we previewing this week?
Well, next week will be...
Sorry, correction. Oklahoma. Georgia was. They moved down from 3 to 5. Oklahoma went from 6 to 2 based on preseason.
Do they have that? They've got that Spencer Rattler, whatever his name is.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
He was a big guy in QB1.
Yeah.
They reckon he's going to have a fucking breakout year.
This year we're going to one of my favourite divisions for the year, the AFC East.
Oh, yeah. Why do you like that division so much?
Because I want to see if Patriots are going to come back. I want to see if Tua, this is his last chance. He's in the same like Daniel Jones category where he needs to, if he doesn't do it this year, they'll go find another quarterback.
You reckon?
Tua, yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would think.
Okay.
Because he hasn't been convincing
I
at
think
all.
they would have got Deshaun if...
Considering he only came in, halfway through last year? He started starting?
Yeah, but they took him number 5.
If you're not convinced, you're not convinced.
No, I'm not
True,
convinced.
true.
And then even the Jets, are they going to still stink? They probably will still stink.
They're going to absolutely fucking honk.
Yeah, but Zach, they just lost Carl Lawson as well. They just signed it.
Doesn't matter. When preseason, everyone's like, Wilson had a really good preseason game. He has got no offensive line to protect him. He's going to get smashed.
They're going to be.
It's interesting to see what our man Robert Saleh does for the Jets, but he can't do much with what he's got.
No, especially with the injuries they've just got this week in training camp and stuff like that.
So
He
who's
was
your
at,
one
at
to
San Fran before, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your 1 to 4?
The Bills, up the top. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking the Bills could be
A little slider.
a little slider, kind of like Tennessee were.
Why do you think that, though?
I don't know.
Because
Just,
I feel...
but then the more I think about it, then the more I'm like, why though?
yeah, exactly. Because I feel
Diggs is good.
Allen's only going to get better.
Yeah, Allen's
Second year of his new throwing action.
That's what I mean. And like they picked up pretty good draft picks in Rousseau, the guy from Miami.
Didn't lose anyone either. Did
No,
they?
so I don't know. Just got that weird sort of feeling where they're just kind of going to be, or they're going to be in the Super Bowl. It's kind of, I don't know with them, but I still they'll win the division.
Yeah.
I think Patriots will come in second.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be a big improvement. They got a lot of guys that they lost last year that opted out.
Did the Bills make the championship? AFC? No, they lost the second week to
to
Tennessee?
Baltimore.
No, Tennessee.
No, they beat Baltimore. No.
No, Baltimore. Tennessee beat Baltimore.
Not last year, year before maybe.
Or maybe Baltimore beat Tennessee. And then they beat Baltimore. Maybe they did make the AFC
Yeah, no,
championship.
they did beat Baltimore. It was the day after Katta's wedding. They played.
Yeah. But they
Such
made
a long time ago.
Whatever. So,
But then the Patriots come back. They got back to that 2 tight end set with Smith and Hunter Henry. And
Tell you what, Mac Jones could be the pickup of that draft. He looks phenomenal.
did you see what happened with Cam Newton though?
what?
So he left the facility to go and get some tests done, and apparently didn't do something properly or got tested
5 days
off-site or
away,
something
yeah.
now. And obviously he's a non-vaccinated player because now he can't be around the squad for 5 days. So they've got joint practice with the Giants this week. Last game of the preseason. If Mac Jones lights it up, you probably think he's going to start Mac Jones.
I still think they protect him though. I don't think Cam Newton's done anything wrong.
No, and he's been
in his
good. He's
preseason,
been good,
and he's
yeah.
been good. So why you would? I think you protect Mac Jones.
And last year he was good until he got COVID. That's what
True.
fucked him last year. He was really good.
So he got COVID and
Yeah.
now he's not getting vaccinated.
with Stephon Gilmore. Yeah. So Patriots.
Did they get rid of Stephen Gilmore?
No, he's still there. But
But he's trade bait, isn't he?
yeah, that's going to be a big one whether he stays or not because that's probably their weakest part.
Do you
is their
think the
secondary.
Patriots make the playoffs?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Just because I
So-
can't see
so who
Bill
dro-
2
so-
years in a row.
The top 3 teams in this division are good. Miami,
Chiefs.
Pats,
Oh, this division. Sorry. Yeah.
Pats, and Bills. They can't all make the playoffs.
Mm-mm.
It's pretty hard to get 3 in there. You know, every now and then they
That's
get
a
3.
very, very good record.
But 3 is tough.
If anyone's getting the 3 this year, I think it's the NFC West. San Fran, Seattle,
Yeah.
Rams.
Yes.
So, okay. Who makes the playoffs out of this division? You said Bills.
So you said
Bills.
Bills won.
And I think Patriots.
And you think
Patriots.
the Pats make
Yeah, I'm just really not sold on Tua.
I'm not sold on Miami either.
No.
Not one
Miami,
bit.
they've got some good, like, a lot of good players. Tight end, Gesicki,
Who's
I
the,
like him.
is, the corner, is it the cornerback that's holding out?
No, he just signed Xavier Howard.
So they did
They got
sign him.
Yeah, it's like 55 guaranteed, like
Yeah.
ridiculous. So they got him locked down. They're kind of, I believe in Flores, the coach. Brian Flores. I think he's a good coach.
He turned him around in a year.
Yeah, but it's still, for me, it's Tua.
See, for me, I don't know. I like Miami's defense, but
They did get rid of Fitzmagic, and you were saying they don't believe in him. They did get rid of him.
He got done. Yeah, I know, but
I think the Pats
They had
bounce
to.
back. I think the Bills still up there, but I don't know if they are as good as they were last
And then
year.
who's the Jets? They're
I'm certain the the AFC Championship winner won't come out of this division.
Yeah, I agree.
So I will say that.
I agree.
interesting.
I agree.
All right, let's jump into some fan questions.
A few.
There's a few.
Actually, get
Oh,
them all.
Saquon Barkley's back this week.
Yeah, you can taste.
Wait, is it playing?
Training, maybe playing. I doubt playing. We're playing the Patriots. I said it last week. I'll just quickly say it again. Preseason football is very hard to watch.
It's some players you're just like, how the fuck is he getting on the field?
I don't watch preseason anymore in any competition.
No, you can't. It's just
Just
depressing.
watch them going, wow, you're not an NFL player.
Especially what?
I was like, a couple guys are watching, like, wow, you are not an NFL player.
Yeah, it's okay,
as,
but
I sit there in my bed, overweight with my bag of chippies.
Cool. All right, if you could live...
Cool.
First question. If you could live inside any TV show, which one would it be?
Wow.
It's a good one. I like this one.
Oh, I'd like to.
TV show. Wow.
Fuck, that is a tough one.
It's kind of like the bracket we did last week.
Sopranos for me.
Oh, that's so stressful again.
But it's exciting. Why do you want this, nothing to happen?
No, there's other exciting things besides crime, Adam. You think it sounds all good, mate, but are you going to be able to kill someone?
Do you want Breaking Bad?
Are you going to be able to kill someone if a push comes to shove? You're going to be able to strangle someone outside their travel agency that you see him,
If they don't pay me
witness
back.
protection.
If they don't pay
I'm
me
going to go Game of Thrones, but I'd have to be one of the fucking princes or kings or something like that.
That's outrageous.
That'd
always
be
thought about-
sick.
if you could travel back in time, how sick that would be just to go to a certain situation. So,
Yeah, but-
go back. Yeah, Game of Thrones is not real, but
I was about to say it's
if you go
mythological,
back
Adam.
to that sort of medieval time,
That doesn't
what it'd be like.
Yeah, that'd be different.
I'd like
To know what it was like.
I'd like to just flash there, walk around for a little bit and then come back.
Yeah, I'm not saying live there.
Yeah, but even studying that history and all that does nothing for me. Friday Night Lights would be pretty cool.
Yes.
High school quarterback.
It's a fucking good
You're
show.
obviously imagining you're the quarterback.
Nah, no. Let's be realistic. But every quarterback needs good protection, Adam.
Yeah. So you reckon you're an offensive tackle?
Right tackle, left tackle, who knows? Get in shape, could be a tight end. No.
Friday Night Lights.
I like that that Texas life as well. That'd be sweet.
I mean, the obvious was Yellowstone.
Animal Kingdom.
Yellowstone would be my second choice.
Ooh,
Animal Kingdom would be good. Or this could be recency bias.
Animal
but
Kingdom's
it'd
a
be fun.
great show.
It'd
So.
be fun is Dave, the show with Little Dicky. It's just him in LA with all these rappers and stuff like that. It's great. I'd like to be in that.
Entourage would be sick.
Oh, we might have a wiener there.
That is a winner. That has to be. You're a movie fucking star. You're in the
If you had to
entourage.
be one of the entourage.
Yeah,
What? You'd
he's
be
turtle. He's officially turtle.
No, I know. But who would you be?
I'd want to be Vince. I want to be the movie star.
Nah. Just know the famous person, but just be in the background.
I'll have been drama.
Dramas is fucking
Drama would be
hilarious.
Fucking funny.
He's one of the best characters ever fucking
I
made.
definitely
on TV.
don't want to be E.
No,
He
he's a
sucks.
sucker, Jawea.
Yeah.
Or Lloyd. You'd be a good Lloyd.
looking at Chop.
Yeah, with his little Skyline, whatever car he has.
He had a fucking Supra. Be good luck.
Next
All right,
question.
next question. 2 buttons. You can only press one. Instantly get $1 million or have a 50-50 chance that you get $100 million.
Easy for me.
Go.
See, $1 million is nice, but doesn't last you for your lifetime,
No way.
and you have to do a lot with it to get it to work for your life. So I would take the chance to go for the 100 mil. So I'd take the 50-50 chance. Because, for me, it's well, I didn't have 100 mil, so it's not like I had it and I lost it. Yeah, I'm trying to go for it. So I'll take that. I'll take option B.
Losh.
I'd take A, but wait, if after I choose A, can I then just choose B to see what it would have been?
No.
So I would know?
Oh, well, you can.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make a difference.
Because then
You
if there's
can't get
nothing,
it.
you'd be like, okay, sweet.
You've
I
done
made
the
the right
right thing.
decision. Or you
Yeah,
go,
but
but then if it went the other way, it'd haunt you.
Yes. You'd
So what are you taking, $1 million?
I'd take the mill. I'm just taking
Safe
the
option.
Yeah.
Well, I don't live my life like that. I just
Chop lives his
not here
life
to
a
fuck
quarter mile at a
spiders.
time.
Exactly. Dominic Toretto. I'd definitely take the 50-50 chance at 100 mil.
Yeah, hard.
100 mil is
Look, the lotto.
your children's are set. You
Fuck
know,
them,
that
I
is
don't know that.
Winning the lotto is like one in.
How's that prick that won 80 mil?
It's either billions or high 100
ridiculous
millions,
amount.
right? You're getting a 50-50 chance to win 100 mil. Like that's
Yeah.
so
You're getting 100% chance to get a mil.
yeah, but like for me,
You just know a meal these days is like nothing.
yeah. So a mil,
next
you can't
house.
even buy a nice house in a nice area.
You can't.
Put a nice deposit on a nice house in a nice area and you have a manageable mortgage.
No, see, I wouldn't do that. I'd give that money to Brucey and just go, there's $1 million, off you go.
Make it into
Put the
100
pressure
mil.
on me, whatever. But 100 mil, man. Like I mean, yeah, I'd say for me, life changing is probably like from 5 mil up at this point in time.
Yeah.
So
Fuck you money is 20 mil plus. 20 mil plus at once is fuck you, I don't need to get out of bed today. Fuck you, I don't want to do that.
you know what's funny? It's like if you make that, you instantly become one of the richest people in Australia.
20 mil.
Yeah.
100.
100 mil.
Yeah.
Like you go in, you're not in the like top 50 or anything like that, but like
Yeah.
you're up there. You're in the top 1%.
It'd be nice to be sneaky rich where like no one knows that you've got that money.
Yeah, that's
just
that's
Yeah,
that.
but
hard.
that-
If you
that's-
like
that-
nice shit, people
yeah.
will know.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
even
the nice
it's-
shit that I like, I have.
So like I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but there, there would be
nice cars.
nicer shit that you can't afford right now that you would go and buy.
Okay, so if you're going around and you're like you
Besides a
want
car,
that that Gucci bag.
I don't, though. That's the thing.
You might when you're rich.
No, I don't. That stuff does
And-
nothing
or
for me.
there's that-
And I could buy that
There's
Gucci
that
bag.
McLaren that you've like you don't
That's what I
want it
said.
now.
Besides a car,
Car.
I say besides a car and like the fat house, whatever. But in terms of, if I want a pair of shoes, I buy them.
Yeah.
If I want a jumper, I buy it. If I want to, you know what I mean.
I just think, yeah, when you got that money, your taste will change in some
Then
way,
it
shape, or
just
form.
doesn't become fun anymore though because you can get it so easily. Whereas now you work towards something like, say, if you do want that Louis bag, whatever, you work towards it, and there's that.
But
But if
there's
you can just
different
grab
fun.
it, yeah, then after, that's why they end up doing hardcore drugs and weird sex things because everything becomes boring.
That's very
Think about
fucking
it.
true. Very fucking true.
Nothing's exciting anymore.
Well, what are you talking about? Chop's
I'm
already
excited
doing
about
weird sex things.
I'm excited about going to X Mouth. When you're that rich, you wouldn't care about going to X Mouth.
Oh, you got an X-Man.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
No, that's
maybe.
nice, bro.
If you left that one out, we might get to it next week.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Just let it sink in for a week. And
there's nothing to sink in.
Taylor's an asshole. All right, guys. Best playlist from a sports movie. So, which sports movie
Best soundtrack.
has best soundtrack or playlist? That's what the person.
Did you know that Transformers 1987 movie has the best soundtrack
Of all time.
Honestly, it's not a sports movie, so it's nothing that's off topic. Game on.
I just
All right.
wondering if anyone knew.
Best
Sports
sports
movie.
movie.
Space Jam.
Yes. Nah, Space Jam's one.
Space Jam with it's got R. Kelly
Kelly.
before he started touching people. I
Or
believe
maybe
you can
during,
fly.
before we knew that he was actually.
Nah, it's early 90s. And then
was
you had
TV.
Seal.
95,
Kissed
96.
on was it Kissed on a Rose?
It was 96 Space Jam. He's definitely was.
Fondling heads, you reckon?
Well,
He was just pissing on people.
Yeah, he was pissing on people.
That's so fun.
You don't just start doing that. I'm sure he's been doing that for a
But
while.
then he started touching a few.
No, but he
underage.
wasn't
I think he
big
was
then.
pissing on
He started
young
getting
kids.
big around there. Then he had a Seal with
R. Kelly's
Kiss.
been big for a very long time. Not just.
But that was early 90s. He made that was his big breakout. Was I Believe I Can Fly. That was his first big song. And then
Everybody get up.
it's time to slam.
Yeah,
Now.
Basketball
We got a
Jones.
real Basketball Jones.
Man, he even sleep with a
I got a
basketball under his
Basketball
pillow.
Jones.
Where's that wabbit?
And then Seal, Kiss by
Yeah, Space Jam.
Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam.
Ooh.
Although I think any given Sunday would probably have some good tunes, but it's not up there.
Doesn't come off the top of your head, so.
Rocky?
Yeah. No,
Eye of the Tiger?
a really good-
Eye of the Tiger.
If you collect the Rocky movies all together, that's that's an excellent soundtrack.
Yes. There's no easy way out.
Eye of the Tiger, No Easy Way Out.
There's no shortcut home.
American, what's the one?
Woman.
No,
Pie.
it was
Beauty.
what's the name of the guy? Fuck, it will come.
Paula
to me.
Creed.
No. It'll come. Just go to the next one.
Well, you gotta pick one.
No, but like
Paywatch.
Jackie Brown or something. Jackie.
Jackie Moon.
No, he sang the song.
Jackie.
What?
Jackie, when
you know
you
what?
touch
Has
your
another
eyes.
good soundtrack. Days of Thunder, NASCAR movie.
I'd be lying if
Good
I said I've
soundtrack.
seen it.
You know when you see it, but I don't know. I can't really. I would have to say Space Jam for us because I remember having that album.
Samesies.
That was fucking great.
I remember when Chop made me a mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Park.
South Park. Yes.
Songs
On
from
the
South
old
Park.
cassette.
And the best song on that was Eric Cartman
Oh, I
singing
remember that.
"Come Sail Away, Come Sail
And
Away."
he spoke into, like, they had a mic, obviously, on his recording thing.
Yeah.
So he left a little message at the start.
To Adam.
No, it was like, I can't remember exactly what it was.
Hi, Adam.
It's very heartfelt.
This is just for me to show
All
my
right.
friendship.
And the last one for tonight. What is the best 90s high school movie? Let me read it out
That's not
for
the
you.
last one, isn't it? There's another couple.
No, the other ones were just like Sherman being a dickhead going.
No, there wasn't there one about cloning an NFL and AFL player?
There was that one.
I might have missed that one. Was that actually on the actual chat one? Because I'm looking at it
Doesn't
right
matter.
now.
I know
Read
the
out your
question.
one, I've
Just
got it.
read out.
All right. So, best 90s movie.
Is there options or just
Yeah, I'm going to read them to you now. Fucking where'd it go? Can't Hardly Wait. Varsity Blues.
that one?
Didn't watch Card Harley, mate.
You probably
Freddie
have.
Prinze.
You just don't know. It's got Jennifer Love Hewitt, so I guarantee
Oh,
you would have
yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
She's All That.
That's what I was.
That's with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Rachel
10
Lee
Things
Cook.
I Hate About You with Heath Ledger. God, everyone's fucking
watch
seen
that.
that. Clueless.
Watch that.
Yep.
Dazed and Confused.
Fantastic movie.
Haven't watched that.
Fantastic.
Fantastic movie.
American Pie.
Watched that.
And then the last one, Cruel Intentions.
Definitely watched that.
I watched the first 35 seconds out the other night and fell asleep.
Cruel Intentions.
I watched it a lot.
Do you know
when
why
I
it was so
younger.
big back in the day? Because it just had that
That song.
cast. And then,
It's the song. It's the Bittersweet Symphony
yeah.
song. That's
And then
what made
Sarah
that
Michelle
movie.
Gellar, like fucking getting caught with drugs and shit. It's just a bit. But for me, out of all those, probably the best one, American Pie. As a kid growing up, American Pie,
American Pie's number
Stifler,
one. Yeah. It opened up your
Fucking the
sexuality.
Pie. Yep. Those two came out around about the same time. Cruel Intentions and American Pie were literally at the same
I don't
time.
remember Cool Intentions at all. I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Varsity Blues is up
No,
there for me.
you've seen it.
Honestly, I don't
was
think I've
such
seen
a
it.
big movie back
Had
then.
such a big class like
who's
Selma
in it.
Blair,
I know he's in it. Ryan
Reese
Phillippe.
Witherspoon,
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Chop
Ryan
had
Felipe.
a massive crush on Sarah Michelle Gellar.
She was Buffy. Who didn't?
Massive.
Who didn't?
I liked the other girl from Buffy, Liza Dushku, better.
Yeah, yeah,
Bring It On.
yeah. And she was the other
I
one.
can't remember Dushku.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
you
you would.
would.
No,
but if
right
you-
now I can't
I
remember.
can't remember. She's shot.
10 Things I Hate About You is also very good.
Very good. And Heath Ledger's breakout
Nah,
movie.
you know what?
Dazed and
I
Confused.
didn't mind the
is
movie,
very
but
good.
I disliked the lead actress in that.
Yeah,
Julia Stiles.
yeah.
10 Things I Hate About
I
You.
actually agree with that.
Just
She did-
annoyed me, man.
Yeah, yep. I can understand that.
Yeah,
Brucey.
I feel that.
She's All That I had a soft spot for.
That's a great
Huh?
movie.
Yeah.
She
Freddie
was an
Prinze is great.
unloved
Freddie
art,
Prinze.
art chick, and then she turned into the hottest girl at school.
A 10.
A 10.
A fucking 10.
Varsity Blues is
Blues.
great. But I've gone
was
American.
Varsity Blues on that list.
Yeah, Varsity Blues.
Yeah, that's number
I've
three.
gone American Pie for me. Losh.
Dazed and Confused or Varsity Blues.
Are you trying to? You sound like you're gonna shit your
Varsity
pants.
Blues.
American
Varsity
Pie
Blues.
1, Cruel Intentions 2,
Ooh.
Varsity 3.
I'd probably go that and then 10 Things I Hate About You 4.
No, I don't think I've seen Cool Intentions.
Maybe you should watch it.
Yeah, I started. I'm not kidding. Maybe 2 nights ago. And
What time did you start at? Like 10:30 at night?
No, I fell asleep like just after 8. And we're going to bed at very early later.
All right, give me the last question, Brucey.
If you could clone any player to play every position on the ground in NFL and AFL, who would you do it? Who would you be? Who would be your clone?
So AFL.
Does it have to be present or is it past?
It can be passed. AFL present, I'd say Marcus Bontempelli. He could play on the ruck, he could play on the ball, forward, back, and also like Cripps maybe.
Obviously, the good version of Cripps.
Yeah. Buddy's another good one. A good prime fit Buddy's.
Yeah, Buddy would be a
I
good
think
one.
the size could be forward, back.
Kuda Feedy's would be a good option.
my shit thing with that question there is you need someone that's tall enough to play in the ruck then.
That's right. But
That's why I was saying
but
Bontempelli. Bontempelli could play.
Yeah, I know,
for
I'm
us.
not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm just-
Cyril Riolis,
You'd
I'd win the flag.
you would. Because they give you those 1%ers.
He could jump higher. Just all you have to do in ruck, guys, I don't really rate the ruck position.
I agree.
Is just make sure it gets down the ground. And if you've got the better ground level players, you'll dominate. And Cyril's the best. So
agree.
I'm going with Cyril.
Okay.
NFL is hard.
Myles Garrett.
You got to have a QB that can play offensive tackle. So I would say...
It's undoable. I reckon you can't.
I would say...
It'd have to be like a tight end.
You know what? Fat Ben. Because
Yeah.
he's big enough to be an offensive tackle.
What about as a wide receiver or a tight end?
Yeah, we'll just have to play...
No.
We'll have to
See,
play the
you-
ground game.
See Gronk?
Gronk. That's my pick
Gronk?
straight away. Gronk
Yeah, no,
could
Gronk's there.
could play pretty much any
Well,
position.
you know what?
George Kittle?
You probably go, one of the tight ends.
Yeah.
So
Kelce.
Travis Kelce,
Yeah.
Kittle, even Tony Gonzalez from back in the day.
Love
Yeah.
me some Tony.
What about Hernandez?
If we had to go to other sports
Lawrence
like
Taylor.
soccer and NBA,
Lawrence
NBA
Taylor.
is Michael Jordan for me,
LeBron?
and soccer for me would be
Messi or Ronaldo?
Nah, not Messi. Not tall enough.
doesn't matter. You've got this guy, he can dribble.
Playing
around
as a
every single
centre back.
Who wins, 11 Maradonas or 11 Messis?
Oh,
that's impossible.
That's impossible. That is like the identical player.
It's the same, isn't it?
Anyway, I'll go with Messi.
11 Messis.
I don't know. AFL. I'm probably just gonna. I'm gonna go Wayne Carey in the AFL.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go NFL. I'm gonna go Gronk. Basketball. I'd probably go LeBron just because of his height over Jordan. But
If you could bring a player back from the old days for your team now, would it be Cooter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben
Has
fucking
to have-
Cousins
has to
every
play-
day of the
has to
week.
play for your club.
Benny Cousins. Do you know why? Because he'll do 10 times more than half our fucking midfielders done in the last 2 years.
Yeah, Cooter.
Just his gut running.
Or fucking Greg Williams, maybe. Craig Bradley.
Craig Bradley was a great player.
I just think if you had Cooter now
Yeah.
and the way they coach now, it'd be so much more valuable.
Yeah.
Because, I think they wasted him a little bit because his skill set was everywhere. But he should have been a really powerful midfielder. But they used him at half back and centre half back and all that stuff. He should have been in the guts.
Listen, let's not dwell on the past. On things that can't happen.
We made it. This is the end of another episode, guys. Please subscribe. We love yous.
Get
We love hearing from yous. Russo says get vaccinated.
You've been listening to Any Give and Take. Follow the boys on Instagram and Twitter at Any Give and Take.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. Come on, Oz, you've been singing that shit all week. Come on.